What's up, guys? Adam Frater here, and if you're watching this video, then you're probably a beginner in calisthenics wondering what mistakes you're likely to make when learning this awesome sport. And I'm here to tell you, I've been doing calisthenics for over 10 years. I've been working out my entire life, and my career as a fitness professional, I specialize in body weight in calisthenics training. So I've seen it all. I've seen mistakes that lead to injuries. I've seen mistakes that limit your success, but I've also seen a lot of good things, and I've learned from some of the best in the industry. So without delaying you any further, let's dive into those 5 mistakes I see most beginners make when starting calisthenics. Mistake number 1 I see is not practicing enough strength. So just because you've worked out before, maybe you've lifted weights, or maybe you're just a complete beginner, your body needs to catch up. In calisthenics, there's lots of different muscles all working together for you to do a movement. So if you're just training tricks, you're gonna lack when it comes to strength. So training tricks is gonna limit your growth in the sport. And I know you wanna learn the tricks, but if you build the strength first, you build the strength in your forearms, you build the strength in your shoulder girdle, you build the strength in your core. Think about how much more powerful your body is gonna be when it comes to learning those tricks. And I'll give you an example. If I'm weak and I'm trying to do some sort of flow on the P-bars and I need to catch myself, I need to catch my body, but I can barely really get reps of dips and my form looks bad. If I'm catching myself, that hurts. I'm catching myself at the end of my range of motion and my shoulders. I can feel them grinding. But if I'm really strong, let's say when it comes to dips, now I can throw myself off the bar, I can catch it. I can catch it strong. I'm much more strong when it comes to that. So in my experience, by training strength, by getting really strong at reps of muscle ups, at reps of dips, at reps of pull-ups, at reps of push-ups, at reps of handstand push-ups, training those basic skills and building the strength, volume of repetition has made me so much better and has kept my body away from injuries as I've learned to do those skills and to do those tricks. So if you're a beginner, my advice to you is get strong first. The thing that makes you a beginner is lack of strength. You can always increase skill throughout your entire life. Side note, if you're looking for a way to build strength, my calisthenics bodyweight only program will get you there. It's called Project Shred. It's 30 days. It's a great starting point. Check it out. Let's go on to number 2. Number 2, not warming up. Now I get it, guys. You're excited. You just started the sport. You get to the park, all your friends are training. You just want to hit the bar right away. Or you're at home, you get that burst of energy. You just want to jump on the floor, hit a handstand. You see a bar at the park, you want to get a muscle up in. I get it. But I cannot stress this enough. You're a beginner. So all of the muscles in your body, they need time to adjust and to get used to this. By doing work on the bar, you're gonna use a lot of forearm. Now you might have strong lats from doing lat pull downs, maybe from doing pull-ups, but you're not used to a muscle up. You're not used to swinging around a bar, which is gonna use so much more grip. And this is why a majority of beginners, they tear shoulders or they have injuries, is because they don't let their body get warm. What actually happens when you warm up is you're actually heating up your body. You're making it more elastic. You're heating it up. You're getting blood flow to your muscles and you're preparing it for battle. One of the go-to warm-ups I do every single time before I do upper body calisthenics is I flip the wrists outwards like this, fingers towards you, elbows locked, and I start to lean back. Now I'm not just gonna do a passive stretch, I'm gonna slightly move into it, not going too far, but just starting to open this up. So about 2 sets, 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna flip the wrists around like this, and you'll notice my elbows naturally are out wide. I wanna wrap them in like this, press through my shoulder blades, lean over my wrist. Now I'm gonna feel that being really tight. From here, I'm gonna then rotate my elbows out wide, wrapping them in again. So I'm trying to pull the biceps to facing forward. And this is gonna stretch out all ranges of that wrist, that forearm. If you want, you can also do backwards, bend the fingers towards you like this, straighten the elbow, and again, try to wrap, work through that range. Now you've done the forearms. You now should get on your chest. We're gonna open up that chest. Think about it, every time the bar comes behind you, this is your pec that's stretching. You wanna open that pec up. So we're gonna lay on our stomachs like this. Arm comes out to the side, not low, not here, just a little bit above, and you're gonna roll across. And you're gonna feel that instantly in your pec. If you can reach for the sky. 30 seconds on that arm, 30 seconds on the other arm. Then you can hop into tabletop here. We can stretch those delts, a little bit more shoulders, more chest, and work into it. Lastly, those are the warm-up stretches I would suggest, but when you get to the part, don't just go hit a set of muscle-ups. Work your way into it slowly. Start with a few pull-ups, start with a few leg raises, a few dips, and once you feel like you're slowly getting there, you did something with 50% effort, 75% effort, then you're starting to get to the point where your body's ready for 100% effort. 3, training without knowing the muscles that are being activated in a specific exercise. So what I mean is this: when I was a beginner and I wanted to learn how to do a handstand push-up, I thought a handstand push-up was just doing a handstand, which would be like this, and then doing a push-up. So for years, I trained the strength of doing this before I realized something which many of you beginners might not know, but a handstand push-up is not like this. It's not a shoulder press. It does not mimic. Your elbows are not out wide and you're not bringing the weight straight down to your head and then straight back up. A handstand push-up actually looks like this. And what you'll notice is you're not just going up and down, the body's coming forward. You're slanting almost to a 45-degree angle before coming up. Now, it's important to understand the movement here, because then and only then can you train the proper muscles to build strength here. So for years, I was not building strength in a handstand push-up until I finally learned the muscles that were being engaged. I finally learned other exercises like elevated pike push-ups, where I can, instead of bringing my head between my hands, I can bring my head in front of my hands and I can start to train the right muscles. And this is exactly what I did to start building out the strength to rep out handstand push-ups one after another, after another, after another. So don't just blindly train. Do the littlest bit of research for every exercise or every skill that you want to learn. See the muscles that are being activated and learn exactly how to train them. It's not about doing 10, 20, 30 reps of something. Maybe you can do 2 or 3 reps of an exercise like an elevated pike push-up, but with such perfect form that you're activating all of the small muscles, and after those 2 to 3 reps, you feel completely worked. This is exactly how you'll build the strength to learn the skills that you want to learn. Number 4, they don't split their training properly. I get it, you're a beginner, you're not exactly sure how to train, what muscle groups to train on what days to train a planche versus a front lever versus a back lever versus a handstand push-up. Well, I'm here to tell you, you cannot train it all every single day. You need a break. So I would suggest, if you're training skills, train each skill no more than twice per week with at least 2 days in between. And you're gonna need to train it at least twice a week to get the volume necessary to see your body grow. But at the same time that you're training these skills, make sure you're training the foundation movements to build the strength that I mentioned before. Take time to practice just muscle ups, not muscle ups with tricks, just practice pure good form muscle ups. Do your best to start removing the kip slowly after surely. If you're using a band to do muscle ups, slowly reduce the band until you're doing body weight muscle ups, and then again do body weight muscle ups until you remove the kip. If you're doing handstand push-ups, a lot of beginners have arches. Work on slowly removing that arch. There's different ways to regress that movement, like the elevated pike push-ups I showed before. Same thing with planche, same thing with back lever, same thing with push-ups, same thing with pull-ups, same thing with leg raises. You need to train your body evenly. Train the muscles to be strong, train your cardio so you have endurance, and then train the skills and the tricks in your mind, and you'll have the full package. Just make sure you don't overtrain. Number 5. This one should not surprise you guys, but most beginners, they forget to rest. Like I said before, you cannot overtrain your body or you will not see results. Believe it or not, you build strength while you're resting. Your muscles will get stronger when they're not being worked. All the push-ups in the world will not do you any good if you're not resting to let your body regrow. The days you rest are the days that you are rebuilding. So make sure you rest. Personally, I can't go hard every single day, so I rest. I might go hard at a high intensity 3-4 days, then I take a day off, then another day or 2, and then a day off. I maybe work out 4 or 5 intense days a week, sometimes 6. Mix in a sport, mix in a hobby that's active. You don't always have to train your body hard. You can be active every day. There's something called active recovery. It means light movement that's not too intense, that helps rid the body of inflammation and helps you recover quicker. Guys, these are tricks of the trade that I have learned after being in this game for, like I said, over 10 years. So if this has benefited you, if you like this video, then like the video. follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Shoot a comment. Let me know what else you want me to make videos on. I appreciate you. Hope you learned something from this. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.